2026 looks like it's going to be a bumper year for us movie lovers, and the cinema has plenty of new releases that I want to be checking out at my local cinema. So we're going to run through them all today after a pretty barren couple of years. So I've made a bit of a list, and we're going to go through from January all the way through to December of this year. And like I say, I haven't been to the cinema very much recently. Now, special shout out, because we're going to start with January, and it's going to be new releases. So we're not going to go into what's currently in the cinema because it came out December. So Avatar 3 is currently killing it, and I probably won't get around to watching that one, even though Avatar has a special place in my heart. Probably not going to be able to go and see it purely because I don't have 4 hours, thanks James Cameron, to go and sit at the cinema, even if it's like 5 minutes away from my house. So I probably should have gone during the Christmas break, but I was too busy, and I went to go and see Wicked Part 2, and that was pretty good. But yeah, it's been a couple of years of me not going as often as I'd like. So this year we're going to really focus, and to do that, I've made a list of all the things that I want to go and see this year. So we're starting January, and the big one that I want to start with this month, on January the 23rd, we've got Return to Silent Hill. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not a great start, but it is, and I can tell you why. So Christoph Gans, this is his third attempt, I think, at making a Silent Hill film. The first one that he tried came out like 20 years ago. It wasn't very well received, and I think the second one was even less so. Both had Sean Bean in. He's great, obviously. He's not in it enough. Christoph is the director, and he's a massive fan of the Silent Hill game franchise. So there's a lot of little Easter eggs and cool things that he included in the movies. I just don't think they were appreciated because we were kind of in a time of, as soon as you said the words, this is based on a video game, you already knew what you were getting in for, and it wasn't going to translate very well from like one medium to another. And I feel like now we're at a point where people are doing it a lot better. And the thing with this movie is that it's going to be based on Silent Hill 2, which is widely regarded as like the best one in the franchise by a lot of people. So as long as we sort of stick to that and we've got a coherent story and it all comes together, I'm actually pretty excited for this one. I think you should check it out as well. But in terms of January and then even February, that's kind of it. So it's a pretty slow start. Like I said, Avatar's been killing it. We've just had Wicked. December is normally where it's at for these big blockbusters, and I'm a bit surprised that Silent Hill is coming out in January because it's kind of a spooky, scary type of thing, a bit psychological. It will mess with your head a little bit, and not too much. It's not too bad, but usually you'd think that sort of thing would come out around the sort of autumn or what, that kind of Halloween-y type of time. But no, this one seems to be coming out in January, and I'm here for it because it gives me something to watch. Because the next one on my list is not until the 6th of March, and that is Peaky Blinders Immortal Man. Now, recently I finished watching Peaky Blinders, and I'm going to make a video about it. It's going to come up on my channel pretty soon, so make sure you're subscribed if you want to keep up to date with those. I'll be talking about that in a lot more depth, but Immortal Man, it is some of the original cast. It looks like our main man, Cillian Murphy, he's going to be coming back, and a whole bunch of new people are joining him, and it's set in 1940. So if you know anything about Peaky Blinders, and I'm not going to go into too many sort of details here, but this is going to be sort of after the end of that, it looks like. So I think, you know, how is it like it all going to tie in? I'm not sure. I don't want to give away too much if you haven't seen Peaky Blinders like me and you're still trying to work your way through it and you've only just got there. We'll talk about that in more depth. But Peaky Blinders Immortal Man comes out on the 6th of March, and I'm very excited for it. It looks pretty cool. I think you already know what you're getting in for. If you're a Peaky Blinders fan, you're going to watch it. If you're not, you probably won't. I think it's only in cinemas for like 2 weeks before it comes out on Netflix anyway. But I think I might check it out. After that, we got Project Hail Mary. And this is Ryan Gosling's new film. It's about a science teacher who wakes up in space with no recollection of who he is, why he's there. I have no idea. That's all I've got. Okay, I've tried to avoid as much of this one as I can because it seems like it's going to be a bit of a mystery that unravels itself. So I didn't want to look into it too deep. But my notes here literally just say Ryan Gosling uh, in space, no idea. That's all I got. But it does look cool. Obviously, I'm a fan of Ryan Gosling. Most people are. I think he's kind of a bit of a lovable guy. So it'll be worth watching just to see him try and do this. But yeah, I'm intrigued, definitely intrigued, and that's another one that's coming out in March, so that's something to look forward to. Then, sorry, I'm looking down at my notes. Then we are on to Super Mario Galaxy the movie, another video game. That's on April 3rd. It's got exactly the same cast. All of your favorites are back. Now, this is one that I have on my shelf, and I didn't watch it for like the first, I don't know, at least year that I had it on my shelf. It's one that I asked for because I knew, okay, that might be something I'm into. I love video games. I used to have like Mario on the Game Boy. I had it on like all sorts. Just my entire life. I've grown up with Mario. Nintendo is my jam. But yeah, I knew I'd like that movie and it didn't disappoint. So I'm really excited for Mario Galaxy the movie. Such a good game. Let's hope it translates in a similar way to Return to Silent Hill translates Silent Hill 2 into a fantastic movie. We've got our fingers crossed for video games this year. After that, what have we got? So we're into May. 1st of May, Devil Wears Prada 2. Now this is one that's slightly different to the ones I've talked about before, but this is definitely one that I'll be going to see. If you haven't seen the first one, you're probably not going to watch the second one, but who hasn't seen Devil Wears Prada? It's exactly what you think. It's going to be about fashion. It's going to be about drama. There's going to be some sort of mishap goes along. It usually all works out in the end. And it looks like you've got all the original cast coming back like 20 years later to have a lot of fun. And it's not going to be like the most in-depth movie you ever watched, but what have I got here? Return of cast, decline of magazines. So we're 20 years in the future. I guess publishing has changed a lot since they did their fashion magazines, and I think they had blogs and things. They were going to Fashion Week in Paris. The way that sort of thing, that world has changed now with everything being online is going to be huge. How they all cope with it, we're going to have to find out. But there is now a Devil Wears Prada musical as well. I don't know what on earth happened. Could be anything in that, but I think it's based on the first one rather than this. But this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and sometimes you just got to go and have a bit of fun for a couple of hours. You know, that's what the cinema is all about sometimes. So, next we've got the 22nd of May, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Get that baby Yoda in this little, what's he got, a little capsule thing, get him floating around. Pedro's going to be there. Unbelievable. I love Star Wars. I'm a big fan, and I've watched all of the Mandalorian, so this is something I'm really excited about. I can't wait. I'm probably going to see this with my friends. We're all going to go. It's going to be one of those events like where we see each other for the first time in months, and it's to go and watch this movie. I'm excited for it. I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to be really good. And we've got, who have we got in this? Pedro. Jeremy Allen White, if you're familiar with the bear, he's now in this as well. Sigourney Weaver's going to rock up in this one. It should be a really, really good movie. The posters for it are incredible. If you haven't seen the poster for this movie, go and check it out. It's so difficult to describe it. It kind of has that comic booky type feel. It's a little bit animated, but it's got the bold colors. It's really, really cool. Definitely worth checking out, even just the poster. But yeah, let me know if you'll be watching that one, because I know that's going to be a popular movie in the summer. And so, yeah, it's going to be definitely one to watch. Next up, we've got Disclosure Day. This is Steven Spielberg's new movie. It's about aliens. I love aliens. So I can't wait for Disclosure Day. It's got Emily Blunt in it. And what's his name? I think it's James O'Connor. Something like that. Something O'Connor. Anyway, he's a good actor. Looks like he's in it as well. He was in The Crown, like the middle part when they sort of switch between actors every couple of seasons. He's like in the middle, Prince Charles. He was one of the people that was on the list to be the new James Bond as well at one point. But yeah, he's really good. Steven Spielberg, obviously, classic. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. There's not much information out there other than it's like Aliens, Steven Spielberg. What more do you need to know? And that's in the middle of June, 12th of June, that's coming out. So that is also going to be pretty fun, I think. On to the next. Oh, we've got a bit of a gap. From the 12th of June to the 17th of July. It's a whole month. We're already like most of the way through the summer now. 17th of July is The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's new movie. Obviously, everyone gets super hyped when Christopher Nolan says he's going to do anything at all. The cast is absolutely stacked for this thing. I watched the trailer for it. It's The Odyssey, right? There's going to be fighting, there's going to be people in armor, there's going to be blood and guts and gore. It's going to be really gnarly. What else have I written down? Greek king, mythological beings, crazy cast. I mean, that's it. It's going to be long, it's going to be dark, it's going to be pretty to look at. I think you kind of know what you're getting into, but that's The Odyssey. And then literally, like a week after that, right at the end of July, we've got Spider-Man, another Spider-Man, Tom Holland, Zendaya, etc. Sadie Sink from Stranger Things, she's going to be in this one as well, I think. Yeah, another Spider-Man movie. Brand New Day, this one's called. I can't even remember what happened the last time I watched Spider-Man. Nah, I've got nothing. It's in there somewhere. I think it's up here. There's plenty of Spider-Man films up there. I'm pretty sure there's some Tom Holland ones up there. He's a good Spider-Man. But yeah, you can tell I'm getting excited about the summer because I am talking much, much quicker now. But yeah, so Spider-Man should be good fun. It usually is. It's going to be a little silly, smaller scale, I think, than a lot of the Marvel movies have been. So like later on in December, we'll get to it. You know, like Avengers type thing, they're always on a massive scale. Spider-Man's a bit smaller, he's your friendly neighborhood guy. Then, we've got a bit of a gap. So, we've had this whole summer kind of smushed together. We've got a couple in March, April, May. 2 of them are in May. You've got a couple in July, and then we've got a massive, massive wait. 20th of November is the next one that I want to see. And that is Sunrise on the Reaping. It's the latest in the Hunger Games series. This one is Haymitch in the Second Quarter Quell. So it's the latest book. We've had the Hunger Games was obviously its own little series. Then you had the Songbirds and Snakes, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which was like kind of a real beginning of the Hunger Games thing. I think it was like the 10th Hunger Games or something. President Snow, like it's his like coming of age kind of thing, him learning all about how they can make the games better. This is Haymitch. So it's a little bit after that, sort of 15 years later, what's happened in that time. The book was incredible. I really, really enjoyed it. I liked all of the Hunger Games books, to be fair, but this one, it was particularly good. I think it was really well done. So I'm really looking forward to that one. That's going to be another one. It's going to be a big event for me and my friends. So we're really looking forward to now. On the 18th of December this year, 2026, June 3 and Avengers Doomsday both come out. I don't know why they do this. I do know why they do this. They do this because they want each to hype each other up. So like when you had the Barbie and Oppenheimer thing, it got a lot more momentum because people were like, oh, you've got to go and see one or the other. Which side are you on? They try and make it into this big event. And it does generate a lot of footfall for cinemas, which is good because we want cinemas to stay open, right? The only thing is, it means that you've got to go twice if you want to see both movies. And I really love Dune. I love the books. I love the first movies that they've made. Third one I'm looking forward to. You're looking at the same cast. You've got your Timothée Chalamets, you've got your Zendayas. Everybody's coming back, and there'll be some new characters introduced as well. It should be really, really good. Avengers Doomsday, to me, I'm looking forward to less than that one. I've seen pretty much everything Marvel in the last 20 years, or whatever they've made. As you can see, we've got almost a whole shelf up behind me. This is like Marvel. Pretty much to here. All of that is Marvel. So, you know, we're Marvel fans, but I'm a little bit, I don't know. Ever since the moment, one of the greatest moments in cinema history is Captain America getting the hammer, right? If you're not aware of what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. It's an Avengers thing. It's not, like, spoilers, because it's been out there for a long time. At one point, he gets Thor's hammer. Cinema goes nuts. That was a really, really cool moment. But since then, that was like peak of Marvel. And we've not really hit those heights. I don't expect Avengers Doomsday to hit those sort of peak heights either. And I think it's just because I know that they had the kind of idea to do the multiverse, and they were going to use one actor, and then he did something, which means that they changed the entire story, and they kind of wrapped him up in, I think it was the Loki TV. There's so many things. This is the thing. There's so many series and like movies and everything that all tie in together. You have to watch everything to see a piece here and a piece there, and you have to know everything that's going on, and it's just a lot. And I don't have all the time in the world. You don't have all the time in the world. We are slowly making our way through the watch list. There are like 50 movies up on this shelf that I haven't watched yet. Like, where have we got the time to go through all this Marvel stuff? They keep bringing it out. There's like 8 Marvel projects on the go. We've already mentioned, you know, Spider-Man is another one. I want to see that because it's going to be fun. I don't want to have to sit and study for a test so that I know, and then I don't want to have to sit for half an hour afterwards just to watch a 2-minute clip to see who's going to be in the next one. But I still think it'll be good. So it's still going to be one of those that's worth going to. I just think that June is going to outperform it. And that's a bold thing to say at the start of 2025 or 26. Man, I got my years wrong. It's 2026. That's still not right. So that's a bold thing to say, is that I think June will be better than Avengers Doomsday and it will outperform it, but I guess we'll see. Wow. I'm running out of steam. I think that's all of them. There they are, in all their glory. So, let's recap. January, Return to Silent Hill. March, Peaky Blinders and Project Hail Mary with Ryan Gosling. April, Super Mario Galaxy Movie. May, Devil Wears Prada 2 and Mandalorian and Grogu. Then June, we've got Disclosure Day, Steven Spielberg's one. July is when we're going into the Odyssey and Spider-Man. And we've got to wait all the way through to November. So we get Sunrise on the Reaping, and then in December, we've got June 3 and Avengers. And that, my friends, is my entire list of movies that I want to go and see this year. And I'm hoping that there's a few on there that you will go and watch as well. Let me know in the comments down below which ones of those you will be going to watch, which ones you're going to see in the cinema, and which ones you'd wait till they come out on streaming or physical Blu-ray if you want to pick those up for your collection. And yeah, I would love to hear what you think of my list. Thank you so much for sitting through that. I really appreciate it. I have now run out of my fancy Wittard's Dreamy Time tea, which is like honey, apricot, vanilla, something or other. It smells so good. But yeah, I've run out of my tea. I think it's time for me to go and have a sit down and enjoy the rest of my evening. Maybe I'll stick on something on the streaming services, who knows? But I'll be back very, very soon to let you know what I've been watching and to go through this collection. So check out the shorts, check out the videos, and until next time, take care. Bye-bye.